Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what is up? The King of Lightning is here today to do episodes 3 and 4 of Death Parade review. Now, before I get started, I gotta say that I could not do episode 3 last week. I was very busy. As you can see, I am back in my abode in Buff, and because things were rough, even a few days after it was aired, I could only do it when I had time to do the episode review. It was around 3 to 4 days after it aired. So I said, you know what, let me just do it in combination with episode 4. So that's why I'm here today. And I gotta say, these episodes are interesting. Episode 3 is the most satisfying, the most heartwarming, the most sincere out of all the episodes thus far. Easy. Because it was so cool seeing the interaction between Shigeru and Mai, who she thinks is, initially, she believes that she is Chisato, because she got the plastic surgery to look like her friend Chisato when they were younger, much younger. And he didn't know that up until like the day of his death, pretty much, when they were both on the bus, and the bus got into a car accident with another vehicle. So, the point here is that it was sad that they both died on this bus when they were about to talk to each other for the first time in I don't know how long, and it was going to lead to what appears to be like a very good bond, a very good relationship between the two. However, fate had different ideas and they died. But even after death, they still had like a date, they still embraced each other fully, and they both got reincarnated. I was like, oh, because episode 1 and its reiteration of episode 2, it seemed as if like you had to either go to heaven or hell, like there was no dual option. But when you see this episode and you know that both Mai and Shigeru they get reincarnated, that was cool. That was very cool seeing that. And I was very satisfied, because they were both genuinely good people. They didn't have anything that could have been used against them, for the most part. They embraced each other, and Decim gave them all the time in the world to have their date and to explore the facility, pretty much. And then that was cool. That was some cool ass shit. And furthermore, it helped that the bowling that they had, the bowling game, it wasn't like the freaking first one where, oh yeah, darts, yeah, throw, pain, no, my eye. No. It was, yeah, granted, you had hearts in the bowling balls, and it was kind of weird and creepy. But at the same time, it was also a means of connecting with the individual that you were with. So you put the fingers in the sockets, and you could feel their heart racing. You could feel the temperature, and so on and so forth. So yes, it's creepy, but at the same time, it was very emotional. It was very impactful. And I was thinking, okay, so maybe they're gonna bowl with these bowling balls of hearts, and then when they get a strike, they feel some kind of pain. No pain, and it was fun. Like, episode 3 was just a nice episode. I really liked it a lot. And episode 4 is a complete 180. Well, no. Okay, fine. Episode 4 is more like 145 degree shift, because it's like, dude, episode 3, Decim, he's just watching everything unfold. He is just, standing by as the arbiter, watching things go down. Episode 4, Decim takes a specific role, and he's pulling out some scumbag shit. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, man? He has the button and shit, like, yeah, oh, the controller flies off. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Really, Decim? Dead ass. And then the girl, who, for now, we'll call the girl with the black hair, she's like, what the fuck is this? What are you doing? Give me that shit. Because it was ridiculous. I mean, even when the woman, Misaki, when she had just come to realize like what was about to happen here, she feared for her own death, because they sealed a lot of stuff in the beginning, and apparently Decim showed them the what are they called? The plastic dolls, the plastic human dolls, the I don't know, fuck it. He showed them the damn dolls. It was an M, right? I think, whatever. And they're hanging, and they believe, oh shit, like there's actual like human corpses that are hanging, and he killed them. So these guys are like insane. But at the same time, she believes that it's all a TV show, it's all a game. But when she realizes that her life may be on the line, she starts going hardcore. And then when he clicks the button, her controller's joystick flies off. She tries to catch it, no. And then she goes around, and the other dude, Yosuke, she starts to bash his head against the monitor. I'm like, I mean, I can understand under pressure she did that, but the moment she did that, you knew, oh, it's a wrap. She's going to hell. Which is insane in of itself, because the guy who commits suicide, think about that for a second. I mean, because I'm not, I don't follow Islam, so I don't, and I've never read the Quran. I mean, at some point I do plan on reading it for, you know, research purposes. However, I was formerly a Christian, and I can tell you right now, knowing that the person that committed suicide is the one who goes to heaven, is the one that is reincarnated. Yeah. That I thought was like, wow. My God, I mean, that's sweet mother of Zeus. I mean, granted, in Japanese culture, Shinto, and what's it called again? Seppuku or Shibuku. The name, you know, like the knife and the dagger, you know, slice, and you know, like they cut their stomach, they stab themselves, or they cut their stomachs open. That has some honor to it. Like suicide has a different context in Eastern culture, at least in Japan, as opposed to Christianity and Western culture. That's what my understanding is. How little I understand. Now, moving on, even if she had a difficult life, which was the case for both, well, to be fair, Yosuke did not open himself up to the possibility, because his parents had divorced, and then there was a new mom, because he stayed with his dad, obviously, and the new mom tried to open herself up to Yosuke, but Yosuke did not receive. And he would seclude himself in his room with his figurines and his fucking body pillows and shit. And I'm like, oh, like, I don't understand that. It's a fucking pillow. Like, you can't do, if you're gonna do something with some type of inanimate object, at least buy some kind of hole or some kind of, like, you know, sex toy, not a fucking body pillow, whatever. It's a fucking pillow. Either way, moving on. And he's secluding himself, and he's not trying to open himself up, and he commits suicide. So his life was difficult, but it wasn't like as bad as Misaki's, in my personal opinion. Where she, I mean, talk about having bad luck with men. And she had 5 kids, she was by herself, she didn't have anyone to support her. And in the game, what I think was so surprising was their finishing attacks. Where their finishing attacks pretty much were, you have Misaki's family come in there and do their combo thing, but they were weak except for the baby, and the baby was like strong, like trying to chokehold Yosuke's character, Yosuke's avatar. But at the same time, you had Yosuke, and you can see the mom come in there like, yeah, and brings, in the final 3rd round, brings Misaki's avatar to, like, red bar. Like, you know, like, 1 hit away from actually getting KO'd. So, it was fascinating because, in that sense, you also get an idea of the weight of the culmination of their lives and the possibilities that they had. And in that sense, Yosuke had greater potential, he had greater hope for happiness in his life if he just opened himself up. Where in the case of Misaki, not the case, because yeah, she was a part of that TV show, but her family still didn't have that strong love for their mother, though I'm pretty sure that now that she's dead, and we don't know obviously, but we can say that they are saddened obviously by their mother's death. That's fairly obvious in my personal opinion. But that was fascinating. And when she was rushing Deccan after they had the whole KO thing, and after they had just realized that they were both dead, she wanted to go back up to her family, obviously. She wanted to be with her family, but she couldn't because she already died. And then she rushes Deccan, and then after Deccan tells him, well, I'm an avatar, it's my duty to bring out your darkness, and I'll take it in. But she's like, but you tricked me. Like, you pulled some bullshit, and you see after the credits, Deccan's holding that device that he used to trick with, and granted, he tricked them both. But still, in her situation, it was more dire, because it was like the final fucking round. Either way, he's looking at it. And the girl with the black hair, after she smashed on the ground, he's like, fuck, like, maybe that wasn't a good move. So episode 4, we get more, it's more obvious, the doubt that Deccan is starting to receive about his actions. Or, yeah, because things aren't as black and white as he thinks. That's my personal opinion. I think that's the way he sees it. I think he sees it as black and white issue, but it's not. It's really not. And going back to episode 3, I just remember something. A very nice scene was when they were in the elevator, and then you have Mai, and then half her face becomes like what she made out to be with the plastic surgery, but the other half of the face is like her older face. And seeing how both of them are crying, it's kind of like, you know, Chisato and Mai, they're both passing on, though Chisato is still alive. So like it was a very touching scene, seeing that like they said, okay, we're gonna split half her face the way it was before and half her face after the plastic surgery. And it's like this realization that if she had been more assertive, if she had been more, because as far as I understand, she would just step back and she would wait for Shigeru to ask her out, but it never happened. But had she had been more assertive, had she had been more vocal, she could have actually have had a very good relationship with Shigeru without the plastic surgery, because they get along together anyway. Very nice. So, I mean, it is what it is, but I did like how that played out in episode 3. Episode 4, and at the end of the day, it is who goes to hell? Misaki. She goes into the void. And then again, my biggest issue here is the fact that not only are we gauging. So okay, let me talk about this for a few minutes. In the case of Yosuke and Misaki, this is the only case where the memories that Deccan and the girl with the black hair get, or I should say Deccan, because I think Deccan is the one who actually gets the memories, comprises of their entire lives. It's not just a select portion of their lives. In the case of Shigeru and Mai, it's like their childhood. Then like they skip a few years until like the near past with them. However, in the case of those two, Yosuke and Misaki, episode 4, it's the entirety of their lives. And that was fascinating. Or at least I should say, yeah, no, it was. Because, well, at least for, okay, let me not say the entirety. It was the vast majority of their lives. Because when it comes to Misaki, it is when she's in like middle school or high school, when she first gets pregnant. And then she stays with that guy, gets married to the guy, he's not good to her. Then it's like another guy she gets married to, and then not good to her, and then so on. Like the cycle then repeats when she has like 5 fucking kids. So, by herself. So, again, the whole point here is that it's a culmination of the majority of their lives when it pertains to both Yosuke and Misaki. But you can't say that for Shigeru and Mai. You can't say that for the first couple, because the first guys, it was only their honeymoon and the wedding. It was ridiculous. So in this case, I think the judgment is, in a certain way, a lot more fairer from that standpoint alone in episode 4, but I don't like the fact that Decim, he was far more active in sabotaging the game itself, just to draw out the darkness. When episode 1, not the case, because you had the fucking dark and you had the pain and shit. So, basically, the system is still massively imperfect when it really shouldn't be, considering that you're going to judge whether someone is reincarnated or whether someone goes to the void. And I can see Decim and company making mistakes. And when you make mistakes, there's no taking them back in this case. There's not. So that's it. I'm done. K-Lining, rate the video, comment, subscribe. Episode overall, episode 3, I'm going to give it... I thought it was fantastic. I thought that it was amazing. And that may be a stretch because nothing really too big happened, but at the same time, it was the fact that it was so heartwarming. And maybe I'm getting soft. I don't fucking know. But I liked it, alright? It hit me in the heart. Episode 3, amazing. Episode 4, I think I'm going to give it a great, because it does give us greater insight as to how things... I mean, think about it. Misaki and Yosuke did not know each other from a personal level. They had both died around the same time, I suppose. And one died, committed suicide in his outside of his room window, and the other one was strangled by her assistant when she was in the office. So, obviously, and by the way, she did not treat her assistant well, but obviously they were not familiar with each other. That's, one's a closet gamer gamer slash otaku slash super introvert. There you go. There you go. He's a super introvert. And the other one is a TV, family, celebrity, sitcom person. So, yeah, they don't know each other. But here they are together, and they're going to have this game together. And in the case of Shigeru and Mai, they knew each other since, way back when. But there was a period of time where they did not know each other because they had gone different colleges or different high schools. Or they weren't familiar, they were not around each other that much, obviously. And then they just got to see each other the first time in God knows how many years or months. And boom, they died on the bus. So episode 4 does does set a strange precedent with it, because now all of a sudden you can have people play each other in these games and they have no idea of each other's existence for the most part. So that's it, I'm done. K-Line overall episode rating for number 4 is going to be, great. And I will see you guys later. So rate the video, comment, subscribe. Have a nice one. And make sure to rate the video, alright? Alright? Okay, alright. Rate it, bitches. Rate it.